You walk into a room and you can't remember why you're there. Next, you forget someone's name, someone you've known for years. You laugh it off, call it a senior moment, and you move on. But deep down, you start to wonder, is this how it starts? What if I told you that memory loss doesn't start with age or even genetics, but with something far more preventable? Something is building up in your brain like rust in an old pipe, while the very gland that's supposed to protect your memory is quietly drying out. Harvard researchers found something that changes the whole story. And if you or someone you love is scared of losing their mind, this might be the most important brain-saving video you'll ever watch. Let's jump in. We're told that memory loss is just getting old, that it's inevitable, like gray hair or bad knees. But that's not what science says. Harvard scientists discovered that the brain has a built-in cleaning crew that's powered by a tiny gland called the pineal gland. This gland makes something called melatonin, and that's not just for sleep, but for deep brain repair as well. Melatonin is like the brain's overnight janitor, sweeping out toxins, calming inflammations, clearing plaque, and helping you form new memories. By the time you hit 60, something tragic happens. Your pineal gland shrinks and hardens like a sponge left out in the sun, brittle, unyielding, and unable to take in what it needs. That lost absorption sets off a chain reaction, turning your brain into a toxic construction zone, cluttered with debris, abandoned by its cleanup crew, and running on faulty wiring. The pineal gland isn't just a tiny part of the brain, it's the clock, the cleaner, and the guardian, all rolled into one. Picture it like the control tower at the airport. When it's working, the brain runs on time. Neurons fire on cue. Thoughts land where they're supposed to. Melatonin gets produced, toxins get cleared, and memories get stored. But then something starts to sabotage the tower. The lights dim, planes miss their signals, thoughts don't land where they should, memories slip away, and the whole system falls into chaos. And here's the part that shocked even me. This breakdown isn't just from age. There's a specific intruder flooding the system, calcifying the tower until it can barely function. It's something you've been told is safe, something in your home right now, and it's quietly shutting down your brain's control tower. It's fluoride. Yes, the same chemical added to most tap water, toothpaste, and even some foods, quietly hardening the pineal gland, shutting down melatonin production and leaving the brain littered with toxic debris. Harvard researchers found that fluoride accumulates in the pineal gland more than anywhere else in the body. It calcifies the gland, it hardens it like cement, and shuts down melatonin production. Imagine pouring concrete into your brain's cleaning system. No wonder your memory slips. No wonder you feel foggy, tired, and detached. Fluoride is like kryptonite for the mind. It slowly poisons the very gland responsible for brain protection. And here's the kicker. Most water filters don't remove it. Most people have no idea that it's even happening. But here's the hope. Scientists in Japan and the US found natural compounds that can flush fluoride from the pineal gland and bring it back to life. Let me tell you a few of the heroes in this story. First up, we have Yamabushitake, or lion's mane. Think of this powerful mushroom as the plumber for your pineal gland, working like a high-pressure jet to clear out what doesn't belong. In a 12-week study, older adults with Alzheimer's saw a regrowth of pineal gland tissue and a 23% improvement in memory just from this one mushroom. It's not magic, it's regeneration. But clearing the pipes is just the beginning. Now, it's time to flip the switch. And that's where spirulina comes in, which I like to call the melatonin circuit breaker. This deep sea algae is loaded with tryptophan, the raw material that your body uses to make melatonin. In studies from Hawaii, spirulina users didn't just restore melatonin levels, they even grew back brain cells in the hippocampus, which is the memory center for the brain. It's like walking into a dark room, finding the breaker, and turning the lights back on. Now that the lights are back on, but without fuel, the system can't run at full power. Now, it's Moringa's time to shine, or what I like to call the nutrient floodgate. It's packed with over 90 nutrients. Moringa doesn't just feed your brain, it opens the floodgates, letting the river of antioxidants wash through. This antioxidant surge can reverse pineal gland calcification and boost melatonin by 26% in just weeks. It's like opening the dam and letting life-giving water rush into a dried-out town. With the brain now fueled, there's only one question. How do you make sure all of it gets exactly where it needs to go? Here's where pine bark extract takes the stage, which I like to call the delivery driver. This one doesn't heal on its own, but it's the transport system for everything else. It helps drive all those powerful compounds straight into your pineal gland. Think of it as the Uber driver for your brain detox, getting the good stuff exactly where it needs to go. Let me tell you about Mark. He used to be the guy who lit up the room with stories, but lately, something was slipping. He started forgetting birthdays, leaving the front door wide open, standing in the garage confused, not remembering why he was there. At first, it seemed like the little things, but his wife saw the bigger picture. She was scared. Scared he'd forget their grandkids' names. Scared that he'd forget her. Then came the turning point. We started him on a protocol. Nothing flashy, just Yamabushitake, spirulina, and clean distilled water for 2 months. And one day, out of the blue, he started telling stories again, joking, laughing. He remembered the name of their favorite restaurant back from the 1980s. His wife cried because she saw him again. It wasn't magic, it was biology. It was the pineal gland waking back up and his brain finally getting the clarity it had been begging for. If this scared you, good, but now it's time to take action. Step 1, stop the incoming toxins. Say no to tap water. Use fluoride-free toothpaste and read the labels because it matters. Step 2, use distilled water. That's why I tell my patients, if you're serious about cleaning out the pineal gland, start with distilled water. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Distilled water? Seriously. I spent thousands on my reverse osmosis system. It has 5 stages. We've got a coconut carbon and UV light and something called a remineralizer. Yes, I was that person too. I had a high-end filtration system installed in my home. Stainless steel, digital readout. It looked like something out of NASA. I truly believed that I had the cleanest water possible until I tested it. And here's what blew my mind. Even with all those stages, fluoride was still in my water. So were PFAS, pharmaceuticals, and trace chemicals. The meter showed 60 to 100 parts per million of dissolved solids, but my distilled water, 0 every time. No fluoride, no forever chemicals, no pharmaceutical residue, no heavy metals, just clean, steam purified water collected from vapor and condensed back into liquid. It's like nature's original detox system in a bottle. Reverse osmosis and fancy filters can reduce some toxins, but they don't eliminate them all. Fluoride is a sneaky molecule. It's small, sticky, and hard to trap. PFAS chemicals, same thing. They're called forever chemicals for a reason. And here's the kicker. The pineal gland is the only part of the brain without a blood-brain barrier. That means whatever is in your water goes straight to it. So every sip of contaminated water is like delivering brain-damaging toxins directly to the one place that protects your memory. Distilled water isn't about being fancy. It's about being effective. And if you're worried about missing minerals, don't be. After distilling your water, just add some trace mineral drops back in and you're back in balance. So trust me, I was a skeptic too, but when you see the numbers, when you feel the clarity return, you'll never go back. All right, on to step 3, eat detoxifying foods. Foods like beets, garlic, cilantro, turmeric, and seaweed. These bind to toxins and help flush them from tissues, including the brain. Step 4, rebuild with targeted nutrients. Yamabushi shiitake is used to scrub out fluoride. Spirulina will kickstart natural melatonin production. Moringa and pine bark helps to nourish, reduce fluoride, and deliver nutrients directly to the pineal gland. You can also add ginkgo, bacopa, chlorella, and elder mahogany neem to the mix, as it will give you more clarity, energy, and protection. And lastly, step 5, get sunshine. Make sure to get real sunshine. Sunlight tells your pineal gland when to make melatonin, so spending time outside each day helps reset it naturally. These aren't fringe theories. They're backed by peer-reviewed studies, including Harvard and University of Texas research. When your pineal gland is clean and working again, you sleep better, think sharper, and your brain has the energy to protect itself. That means clearer memory, faster focus, better moods, and way less fear about losing your mind as you get older. You're not beyond repair. You're not destined for dementia, and you're definitely not imagining this. You've just never been told the truth, but now you know, and now you have a path forward. Hit that subscribe button, because this is just the beginning. Memory loss doesn't have to be your story. Let's write a new one together. This is the Rest of the Story Health Show. Now you know the rest of the story, but it's what you do with this information that counts. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video gave you something valuable to take away. Your next step is just one click away. Check out our next video right here. And if you want to join this community and see more content like this, hit subscribe and give it a like. I truly appreciate the support.